Hi everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome to a new episode. And you guys, I always got you every time because I'm with two amazing people. They're a couple, they are married. See how cute they are. They are so cute. But I'm with a couple because let me give you the gist of them before they introduce themselves. So obviously most of us are not married yet. I know a lot of single people and I've watched these two together and they're a young couple, and I think I just want to. I know we're all about not the whole okay, you're married and you can't give advice. I think they can give advice, so people should argue with your keyboard.
Ah,
Yes,
it's a setup.
yes, it's a setup. I set
It's
them
a
up.
As
I
setup.
in,
didn't
why are you
even.
Oh,
setting us up?
I did not even let them know what this episode is about because yes, I have to shock them. So they've been
advice.
yes. I'm ready for
I,
the advice.
I don't
People like
engage
me.
on that.
Are you sure? I know you
No,
have
I
to.
mean we will do what God enable us to do, but
But
before
disclaimer, we
somebody
just
can
got here.
say, "Oh,
I'm
where did
giving a
you come from?
disclaimer
How do you
now.
form?"
No,
I don't
that's not
No,
okay. We are
obvious.
know.
giving the disclaimer that we
You
just
people.
got
Additional
here.
disclaimer of our own making. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just also want to know about their love story and something I'm interested in. I've only heard from Seun's side because I'm closer to Seun, but I think hearing from both of them would be beautiful. And yeah, disclaimer as they said, they just got married. So if you should not come for them, if you come for them, me I'll come for you people.
Thank
Please, who am I starting with? I think we start ladies first. Please introduce
It's
yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Seun Edema. Everybody
Mm.
calls me Seun Edema, even my family members. Not Seun. So the full name,
Shamadema.
Seun Edema. And what else? What's the format for this introduction?
No, freestyle doesn't have to have
Freestyle.
any formats here.
I'm a business analyst.
By day.
8:30 by day. 8:30 to 5. And then 5 to 8:30. And on the weekends, I'm a beauty artist. So I do makeup, hair, nails, and stuff. And what else?
Sure, you
I'm
did
married
mention
to
that you do content. Before you
Oh
even
yeah,
say
I
you're
do
married to Erife, she's so funny. Like
that's
she's
my
so
hobby.
amazing with her. Is it lip
Lip
syncing?
sync. Yes,
Oh
lip
my god!
syncing.
I think you should also try acting because her expression. I also tag her TikTok guys. Like she is so funny. But please continue.
Yes,
Yes,
and
I agree.
she should try acting. She do act a lot in the home. Yeah.
Say
So
that in the home. Me, I've never acted one day in this home. I don't know
there
what
you
you're
go,
talking about.
acting again.
Acting again. Oh my god. I think you should consider acting. You're the one that is always acting drama in the
I
home.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course. There you go.
I support
Acting
Shehu
again.
because the conversation we were having before we started recording, I saw a lot of facial expressions and a lot of passion, a lot of. So I
Mhm.
think I support Shehu with this, but it's like
Thank
both
you
of you
very
act
much.
drama.
Sorry guys. I think we need to pause the podcast. I'm smelling betrayal. Yeah. I'm smelling betrayal. I don't know. Mm. Huh.
What does
Huh.
betrayal smell like?
How does this?
Mhm.
What does
Hmm.
this smell like?
Like
Yes.
Dior Savage.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, are you feeling attacked?
Lagos boys left the group chat though.
Now, now. I saw this
That's
TikTok and this girl was like, when you haven't smelled betrayal in a while, then you go to the
just
shop
gonna
and
spray.
go spread your.
I need to change my perfume because of that thing.
Okay, I think it's
Oh
you.
wow.
Yes,
Is
I
it-
think that
I
that's the
do you know I
perfume.
bought it from duty free. I did not know that that's how they used to do their things. So
That is how they
Ah.
do.
I did not know it was after I
That's
bought it that
the
they now say,
perfume
"Oh,
for the
Lagos
traitors.
men, they will sleep with your wife, they will sleep with your husband, they will sleep with everybody they can sleep with." I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know how
where
they do their things.
and
My
where just
goodness. Oh
It's quite crazy. It's quite a mad one. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
god.
I do content creation. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lip sync queen.
Yes, so
And also dance sync because I'm never gonna let you live down that popo dance that you did that year.
oh
Nelly,
yeah.
has she shown you the
Please.
popo dance?
I have seen it on TikTok. I said TikTok on Twitter. I'm like, Shehu Edema. But Shehu
Please help me and ask her.
I feel like
That's
I need to find that video and post it so that people understand what I'm saying because like I don't even understand how you do it. You need to well I don't think I can do lip syncing, but like honestly, like you're so good at it.
thank you.
Oh yeah, now you
Thank
say
you,
sorry
thank
before
you.
I cut you off. You're about to say you are married to.
Yes, I'm married to Erife, who is also on the podcast.
By day
And
and by night.
by day and by night. And on the weekends.
And on the weekends too.
Yes, we don't take break on the weekend.
I would certainly hope not.
So I'll
Hmm.
pass over to him.
Uh, Hello, ladies and gents.
Hi.
My name is, or rather, my name's R.
Are you a Legion?
Um, my name is Damola. People who listen to my music call me Arife. Um, I'm a lawyer. I'm an entertainment lawyer, and I'm currently an ops manager at Amazon. Um, I don't know why I just name drop, but it's just nice. Feels nice. But I'm an ops manager, I'm a lawyer, and by night, well, anyway, I make music. I make music. I do sing song. I sing song. I do the live stuff. We do the guitar type of a thing as well. The writing
You
of the
you see
song
I
type
brought
of a stuff.
superstars on this episode.
So I do my
Don't try me.
best. And I'm also a
Nobody should
professional
try you.
spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
professional spouse. Yes, I make it part of my KPIs in life. That's your key performance indicators.
Woo!
I make it part of my KPIs to ensure that my wife is in a place of consistent satisfaction.
That's
Yeah,
good though.
Yes, sometimes I fail, of course, but most times I like to say that I succeed.
you
Abi,
do.
do you want to
You do.
confirm or deny?
You do.
Hey,
There we go.
people.
So I like to think that God has been faithful and so merciful.
Hallelujah.
So yeah,
Hallelujah,
but yeah,
somebody.
I make, amen.
Hallelujah.
There you go. So yeah, I make music. I make music. I write love songs. And I write gospel songs, and I play music, and go listen to my music.
I shall plug your music, don't worry. They
Thanks so
have to
much.
listen. They have to
Thanks
listen.
so much.
Before I get into the I see before I get to the advice because me I need it. I'm currently single and I'm not searching. But I know eventually
I'm
I will
so
start
glad.
searching and I will eventually marry somebody. Eventually. But
In
now
like,
in
Eventually.
preparation, in preparation for my time, I just want to that's before. But I just want to know how you guys met because obviously there should have been a meet cute.
I think
Please
it's best
elaborate.
that the young lady tells the story.
Then a young
Okay.
lady.
Did you young or didn't you young?
I did young. I do young. I do usually young.
Oh, ah,
So we met at a teenage Christian camp.
Taking notes. Yes.
Attend teenage Christian. It's too late for you.
Yes.
that's why my eyebrows went like this, like
It
taking
is
That
taking
was
notes,
well.
taking
that
It
notes
was
is
to use
it
very
and
is
late.
ta-
well.
taking notes to use and do what?
You should come. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine.
No, but if there's any teenage
You can
boy
go
or
for
girl,
outpouring. You just dey go outpouring.
Ah.
oh my god! So if there's a teenage boy or girl listening to this, then they can take notes. But
Mm.
too late for Naomi now.
Too late
But
for me.
Are you in the church workforce?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, you're on the right track. You go ahead on that. You go ahead on that. Yeah.
so teenage Christian camp. We were friends. He was liking me, I was liking him, but we didn't really do anything about it. We're just friends who used to banter and flirt occasionally and
Mm-hmm.
talk about is you we still marry last
This babe
and other
likes
short
it. This is
stories.
why you can't trust babe. God. This is why I can't trust
And
babes. This is
then
why
we
I
used
can't
to
trust
give each
babes.
other advice about our respective
Respective
relationships.
relationships.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Is this playing?
Ha. Okay.
What
Oh.
type of playing is this? Anyway,
so we used to give each other advice, and
okay,
then
yes.
um we used to have like quarterly or half
I
yearly,
Bi-yearly, yeah, like half
bi-yearly
year, like every 6 months.
catch up calls, and
Ah.
just talk about, not like it was planned though, but it just used
Mm-hmm.
to turn out that way, that every 5 or 6
Statistically,
months we'll just go on a very long call for like maybe 2 or 3 hours and just catch up on everything that's happened in the last
I wonder how
five to
many
six
work deadlines I missed because I was talking to this babe on the phone.
Hey,
It's
is
Kind of
this
crazy.
love? Is this
insignificant
love? Is
now.
this love?
It's
That's a great question.
insignificant because you talk to me like once or twice a year. So like, what are you talking about?
Mm,
hmm Yeah, you'll meet that deadline
okay.
the next day after talking to me. Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
no. Yeah, no, yeah,
so
no.
we'll talk for long. I just
I
catch
don't
up.
marry you now, you don't grow wings. But continue.
My wings were there before you married me. I was spoiled.
Word,
So,
word, word.
I came to the UK for my masters in 2020
Mm-hmm.
and graduated in 2021 and finished with a distinction. And
Woo!
Damola, woo! And Damola wanted to, call me on my graduation day to
Mm-hmm.
catch up and to also like congratulate me and stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
had congratulated me on Twitter, so that was nice. And just wanted to follow up with a call.
Ah,
What?
it's
Now
about
you
to
stop
stop you
there. I
there.
pick it from here. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll pick it from there. You see, I don't know what I was doing on the day. It was a regular day like any other
Mm.
regular
Mm-hmm.
degular. I said that I would do, what do they call this stuff? I will go on these greetings that I usually do every 6 months. Now, the issue then is that I've actually congratulated her on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was still Twitter before Elon Musk came
As in,
and
it's always be
did
Twitter,
did
please. Ah.
did his things. Thanks so much for that, by the way,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. So now I greet her on the social medium and I
Mm-hmm.
say that, oh, I've actually not caught up with this young lady in a minute. Let's see how she's doing. So I called her up. So, sweet girl, how are you doing? Who Ojometsa? Well done of the last 3 days. And then she showed me her visage. She's looking very nice, very sweet. I
Mm.
say, as the Yoruba call it, talon toju baby. Yeah.
Woo!
You understand? I say that, wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I say, you're looking very nice, you're looking very sweet, scrumptious and delicious. She said, thanks so much. I'm going to a celebration. I said, that's a mad one. That's a nice one. And then I said, okay, please send me a survey of yourself,
Ah.
ergo selfie, send me a survey. Just let's just have it for the records because we used to send ourselves JPEGs
Oh, okay.
occasionally as well.
Okay.
So she send me a survey. Let's have this for the books on the day of your graduation as a
Yeah.
distinction girl.
Yeah.
And she sent it, and the eyebrow was done perfectly, and I complimented it
Woo!
that day. Actually, I remember it. I say your eyebrows are phenomenal. She said, "Thank you so much. That's actually the best compliment I've actually gotten from a guy." Yeah. So we since so then I said, okay, at this juncture, I think it's best that to call, give me your father's number, so that I can just have a quick chat. So quick number and for me, sorry, phone, just call it to me. You don't need to send it, just call it out. I will write it down. She responded and
Mm.
said, all right, so make sure which means that make sure you have an exhaustive conversation with my dad when you do speak to him. I said, oh, that's a cool one. That's a cool one. I didn't know that that's what we're doing here.
Wow.
I just came to speak. I didn't know that I would be spoken to. Um,
What?
And then we did a bit of a back and forth, and I told her that, like, look, you know what, we're making this type of a joke, but this is how people flirt until they fall in love. And if you do that, then
Guy.
just know that just know that it's a marriage trait. She said, love does not sound like a bad idea to me. I said, wow. I said, okay, no problem. So then she went for the house party because if you recall, we talked about a house party earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Then she came back from the house party and said, oh, we're talking about different things. And then she now said that, it will actually be a nice idea. That it will actually be mad if from this flirting we actually engage ourselves because she's have one on again, off again crush on me, uh,
Seun!
and things. And then I said, oh, that's a crazy one. That's a really, really nice
I'm calling you immediately.
information to understand. So I got on a phone call because clearly
Mm-hmm.
that former phone call was not long enough.
Yeah.
So she still argues that she wasn't the one that shot her shot simply because I was the first person that said, give me your daddy's number, by the way. But
And that if we flirt and whatever,
I
that
think
marriage
Naomi,
trait.
I think it's well,
Ah. I can't, you know, you don't come in between two lovers. They usually
that let me just tell you now,
come
that's
back
a good
together.
decision. You've just made a good decision. You've just made a very, very good decision. Let me just tell you now. So yeah, we ended up talking like through the night, and then the next day she sent me a while going, and that was when I knew I was gonna marry her. She
Wow.
sent me a while going because I was craving bread and beans, and I didn't even tell her about it. I just said the way that my life is looking right now, I think it's only bread and beans that can fix it. Um, Only for me to see like, I don't know, maybe 7,000 naira worth of bread, I was going bread inside my house. Dispatch rider came. We were like four that ate that bread and beans. So I'm being very, very real with you.
Seun, I would like to clap for you
Thank you.
So,
because
um,
you are telling me that it's also good to make an effort as the woman. That
oh
was
yes, let
actually
me tell you
amazing
now.
because
Yes, let me tell you now. Proactive women, they get the guys. Let me just tell you now. Yeah.
hmm,
And
you will
I
Be
not be
said,
there.
proactive. They will not embarrass you.
they're not, no,
No,
so
no, no, no,
that's
no. You have to first make sure
that they
Mm.
are
that you people have been flirting together for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. As is the case in this case.
True,
in this
Sha.
case.
You're
So
right.
So,
if the boy did not say you are looking beautiful, let me talk to your
Mm-hmm.
daddy, Nami go still marry you. Don't go and say, let us
Actually,
marry.
oh, don't go and bail.
Mm. Don't
don't
go
go and
and
say on
bail.
again, off again, no,
Ah.
because that off again will become the off finally. So off that
Mm-hmm.
You
crush.
will never come
Anyway,
back on.
so that's how we met and transitioned into like being in a relationship because we were in a relationship because we were friends for a while, like
Yeah.
and like genuinely just friends. Like so that's why I was gonna interrupt her when she was saying like, oh, we're liking each other and then we didn't do anything about it. The truth is we ended up transitioning fully into being friends.
Mm.
Like at the bottom of it, it's like, oh yeah, I know this person is attractive. This person thinks I'm attractive.
Yeah.
Cool. But I mean, statistically, it's not everybody that is your friend that you find attractive that you're going to want to sleep with, or that you're going to end up sleeping with, or that you're going to end
Yeah.
up marrying.
Mm-hmm.
So, we ended up being like solid friends. I was even a customer in a business, actually. So, so yeah, we transitioned into being lovers from friends. Um, and it was a little awkward to be funny enough, like to be real. And we talked about it, but we pulled it off.
Honestly,
Wow.
because I was
She
like,
said, "Oh, babe,
guy,
sorry, I can't keep you as a friend. Have you seen a bomb bomb? That's not friendship.
that bomb bomb is not for friendship.
That's not friendship bomb bomb. So sorry about that." Somebody just saw my screensaver, my lock screen yesterday and said, "Is that your wife's bomb bomb?" I said, "Yes." So you see where I'm coming from.
Where are
She
You
you
said,
can
coming
see
"Yes."
why
from?
I decided to
You,
chase her and hunt her
you
down.
don't worry about where I'm coming from. You just be bothered about where I'm going, and let's
And
go
lock
together.
in.
You understand? You just
No,
know
but
where yourself.
it was weird because I was like, oh, this friend I've had like for
Yeah.
like it's just
Anybody's friend. You didn't even see me as a human being. This baby didn't see me as a human being. She saw me as an artist. This is something that she told me, by the way. Like those are her
Wow.
words.
but
I
was
didn't
it
see you as a
tasked me?
human being. I saw you as an artist. So artist
No,
is
but
not
think
human
about
being. We're
it.
just gramophone. We're
No,
just gramophone. Instead
No,
of
but
my
think
mouth,
about it. It's
just
just
think of
like,
speaker Grammy.
wait now, wait. Is Justin Bieber a
Bamelo,
human being?
Bamelo, Abi?
It's just
It's okay.
Justin Bieber is like, he's a singer. How can he be eating and going to the toilet and you know? I
ah
don't think so.
Seun.
All right. We just so the thing, Naomi, is that we just won't stop praying. And Idake Adora Noni. It's okay.
Rihanna, Beyonce, they're not human beings.
All right.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, Seun.
We need to. We
okay.
need. Should be RCCG is still fasting now.
Yes.
So let's include it in our prayer points that God will deliver you.
Well,
Uh-huh.
it
So
is
that's how we
well.
met. Oh.
Well, I've saying well how many times? But we've established that you guys are married. So I don't think wait. But how did I don't know. You guys said it was awkward. But like that whole transition, is that you guys did something or it was after the conversation you were like, oh babe, Seun Edema. Because you said you've not been
No,
saying
you can
Seun.
call me Show. No, I'm just saying. No, call me Show.
Don't mind me, don't mind me.
Very,
Was it
very
I'm
that
sincere,
actually.
after
babe.
Sheol, is it that you guys did something or you guys just intentional? Because obviously, from transitioning to friends and to lovers, definitely you had already said, "Oh, this baby's the one," or was it the beans and the bread?
Mhm. It was
Pertinent question.
That's a great question. Um, I'm sure you will agree with me that one can get bread and beans from anywhere,
True.
but you see that bonbon,
Ah,
Oh my God. You
can't
lack
just get it from
focus.
anywhere.
You can't get it from anywhere.
Can't just get it from anywhere.
You lack focus.
It's necessary to highlight these things.
so it was the
They
attraction.
are
Is the don't
Yeah,
mind
yeah,
him.
it was the actual attraction.
No,
It
it
was
was, but then we had a proper conversation like
And that
that
was
night.
based on if we're going to try this one down, this one. I know they converse if I know they're attracted. This I want to
But
converse.
this
This
was
one.
also long distance. How were you able
Yes.
to navigate this?
That's
Thank
a
you very
great.
much
You're
for that
asking some
question.
great questions. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that question.
Ha!
But do you want to take it? Please, my love, take it.
Nah, it was
Because you are the
that
one
guy.
that could come and go from the UK, me on a visa back
Because
then.
like before
So,
I even started talking to Seun, because Seun is actually a bit like popular on my time, popular on Twitter. Like I used to see how she's always posting you, and when you like finally came to the UK, and in my head I'm like, so this was because I won't even lie, I used to stalk you at some point, but let's not go into that. I'm like, because even me, if I want to experience love, and I'm like, see this babe on Twitter talking about her man, my man, my man, my man, and the video that I think somebody did the video at you at the airport. I said, God, do my own from you. But like, how did you guys like navigate long
bab me this
distance,
tie, oh Lord.
friendship, all
Bobby
those
this
things? I'm like,
time. Bobby this paid.
who is this person calling me? Don't call me. As you were saying,
So long distance it was hard though because
God.
4 days I was like I want to be able to take a bus or a cab to see my boyfriend. I don't want to need to travel across continents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think because we had been friends for a while, I don't think I could do that with like somebody I had
Look like a new, yeah.
like a new person, someone I just met or somebody that I had never met.
Yeah.
Um no, I don't think so. But because we had been friends for a while, we knew each other already. We used to talk a lot, texting, occasional
Mm-hmm.
calls. It
Mm-hmm.
was easy to just say, let's just close our eyes and do it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was hard and we knew it was going to be hard. But, you know, we just we just decided really that we're going to manage our stuff. And when the days that were harder than others,
Yeah.
we're just hoping that, God, this thing will pass. And
The
then I
days
think
that were harder than others were full of God who are beg.
God,
Oh.
I beg. But then I think another thing was at the start of the relationship, we
Mm-hmm.
had like a timeline for when he was going to come to the UK because he
Mm-hmm.
was already planning to. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's another thing. Because if he was not planning to come and it was just like up in the air, I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
would have
Yeah.
my head. So because it felt like, oh, is a long time, but at least there's a deadline that we're working
Yeah.
towards. It makes it
Mhm.
Yeah.
easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I would advise that if anybody's going to go into a long distance relationship across continents, if it's cities, I can say okay, it can be a bit flexible because
Mhm.
Lagos to Ibadan or whatever, you can still manage, or Aberdeen to Dundee or Aberdeen to Glasgow, whatever. But
Mm.
if it's like, oh, you need visa, you can't just enter train or flights and just go and
Yeah,
say,
you can't.
I'll say let there be a deadline for when, and I mean, it still helps, even if it's like a different city, it still helps when there's a deadline that you're working
Yep.
towards. Say, we're going to be together by so time. So, yeah.
Let me
That
just
was.
quickly comment about
Mhm.
the side, the secondary impacts of that long distance. You know, there's geographical long distance and there's financial long distance. I hope you know that. When you are dating somebody as a
Mhm.
man and the person you're dating as a man is earning a superior currency, my sister. I recall on one Valentine's Day in 2022, yeah, I bought this girl gifts for the Valentine's Day. Very nice, nice gifts. But the implications upon me
Are your
Was heavy.
finances?
Was
by the
heavy.
purchase, my sister, Evie, oh, I had to tarry in the place of prayer. Lord,
Ah.
restore me. Ah, it's okay. It's okay though. We thank God. He restored me.
Yeah.
And also gave me the recipients of the gift. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Wow. Um.
Yeah, it was fun.
You guys are really did a lot of, like, you guys did a lot to actually fight for your relationship, and that's so, like, that's actually sweet to see, because I'm sure at some point, like, you guys would have wanted to give up, but you guys were like, no, this is the one for me. I gotta keep her. I gotta keep him. So kudos to you guys. Can you see that you guys are perfect for this episode? So don't argue with me. Thank you. So what's the best piece of advice you received before getting married? Or
Damola, I can go first.
That's a great question. Um, I would say I think the most useful
okay.
has been we were encouraged not to shy away from difficult conversations. Um,
Oh.
and it's multi-layered. It sounds like simple advice, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very simple advice to give, but it could mean several marginally different but fundamentally linked things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's somebody who isn't shying away from hard conversations that will be able to talk until we trace the actual root causes of issues. It is when you choose not to shy away from conversations that you learn how to manage conflict. It is when you choose not to shy away from conversations that you learn how to be kind even when you're upset. You
Ugh.
know, it is when you don't shy away from conversations that you are able to truly show vulnerability, because conversations where you will expose yourself and lay yourself bare are
Mm-hmm.
much tougher conversations to have. It's sweet to advise somebody to do it, but to do
Mm-hmm.
it, if sometimes it feels like pulling teeth. I'm pretty sure she will agree with me. But I think we've both come to the understanding that it's got to be done. And
Mm-hmm.
now we have at least a little bit. We haven't been married for too long, but we have data to demonstrate that we come out of those difficult conversations better than we
Mm.
did going in. So that in itself serves as a reminder to ensure that we continue being open to having, those tough conversations, because not only did we receive it as counsel, is that we've
Mm-hmm.
validated it and understand that it is good counsel.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think for me, it's also in line with like comms and managing conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is that both of us are on the same team, and it's us against the problem or the solve, not two of us against each other,
Yeah.
right?
Except when you're
So
being raz. When you're being raz
is
is
you against me,
is
Abby?
no, it's really not. It's the two of us against the razness, to be honest. Like,
Oh my god.
So, so still, it's two of us against the problem, and I
yeah.
don't know who is being. I've never been razzed in my life.
I
Mm.
I, so yes, it's two of us against the problem, not two of us against each other. Even when we want to break each other's
and
heads,
my God.
So you guys have had
do we?
like break each other's heads like moments. You guys are
Ah,
so see. I
ah,
see people are
don't
like, geez. So
don't be. So you have G's that you want to break their heads
yeah,
sometimes.
I
I
do,
Every
but
single
like,
person that is my G right now has almost encountered emergency room on my account
Oh,
because
so
I'll break their head. So
try.
to be my G, yeah. But
Wow.
yeah, it's it definitely helps that like we get along on very many things. And
Mm.
like the fundamental baseline in terms of our values, that baseline is aligned between the two of us. So we know that God is the foundation. We know that following it's the two of us following Jesus together. So and biblically, a threefold cord is not easily broken.
Mm.
So if they like, let the rope tug, 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 fight, fight, fight. Even that fight, that three fights is already too many fights. But like argue, talk about this one, argue for 4 hours. You will meet together at Jesus' feet. If we don't finish the arguments before prayer, by the time we're doing night devotion and we are praying, Holy Spirit will say, okay, so now that the two of you are here, you think you're gonna sleep? Oh yeah,
Yeah, like how you
face each
guys
other.
sleep. Try.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think that's the toughest thing, especially in marriage or relationships, because I had an aunt tell me one time, like, I think her first argument with her husband, like she seriously cried. That she cried, that she was like, I don't understand this man. Like, it's not this not the person I was dating. Do you get? Because
mm,
and she's like really old though. I won't even call her an auntie. She's like more of a grandmother, because like the
mm,
first quarrel they had, she actually cried that this guy doesn't this guy doesn't like. So yeah, like I think that's one thing that's a bit scares me personally, like when it comes to the whole institution of marriage, because it's for life. It's not something that's we're going in and we're coming out. So I
mm-hmm.
think this what you saying that okay, the like tough conversations need to be.
Um,
I don't think I'm
I,
ready.
no, I suppose that's one thing. I think another thing that might be helpful in terms of like this thing that you just mentioned that your auntie said. By the way, auntie to grandmother is a mad stretch, but I'm gonna let it be.
Oh yeah, no, that, I shouldn't have said auntie. She's actually old.
Okay,
Actually
okay.
old.
That your relative. I'm just gonna use relative.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing that she mentioned about feeling like this is not the person that she dated is very
Mhm.
real.
Mm.
And on that note, I think it's very, very critical for us to understand from time to time that people are, we're like onions.
Mm.
We have layers, right? I can't believe
Yeah.
I'm using a Shrek metaphor. People are
Like
multi-sided.
I was shook. I was like, oh, okay, he said, don't you?
Yeah, people are multi-sided basically. People are
Mhm.
multi-sided. People are multi-sided, and those sides are not very easily revealed in a place of convenience. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, it
Mm-hmm.
takes certain circumstances, it takes certain discussions to to reveal people's natures in relation to certain things. So it's not necessarily that that person started changing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that this issue was not queried prior to marriage. And like that's going to happen. Like there's no escaping it, just to be super clear. You can't discuss
Mm.
everything prior to like climbing the aisle. Like
Mm.
there are many things that I did not know that this babe does. And now I'm here. And I just have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um Many is the stretch, some certain things. But yeah, so that's gonna happen. So I think one of the things that's critical is approaching understanding your partner from that perspective
Yeah.
and ensuring that this is something that's discussed again in conversations. This is something that is discussed so that the two of you approach understanding each other from that perspective, right? So that there's a
Mm.
lot more room for you guys to understand each other and understand where each other is coming from, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
That
I
makes
think
sense.
honestly, people that say, and I've heard that thing before, people that say their first big fight
Mm.
was in marriage. I'm like, mm? Like, what were you people doing in your
Yeah, well,
relationship? Because
no, but our first big fight was in marriage. Now, when you almost broke my head, and no, it wasn't
Ah.
in marriage, oh.
it wasn't in marriage. We've had
No,
like a
no, no,
couple
no,
of
no. Yeah,
fights.
yeah, she almost broke my head in the subway.
Yes, we're dating. So I did not almost break anybody's head.
She should have killed me and tossed my body on the train tracks. Crazy stuff.
Ah,
Omo.
ah. Hello, this is a public platform. I don't participate in such. For the
Uh,
record,
uh,
this is a joke. Joking, joking.
just
So,
kidding, just
yeah.
kidding.
So, yeah, but I'm like, what were people doing in your relationship or your
Mm-hmm.
courtship or whatever? Because it's like people should have, I'm not saying you should have fought
Mm.
necessarily, but some of those things that you're fighting over, you would have had a sense
Yeah,
and maybe had the fight then if it was
Mm.
going to lead to a fight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like Damala said, there are a lot of other things that will just come up that you never even knew. You probably even know about yourself. And it's as you're talking to your partner about it that you realize where certain things stem from, why you have
Mm.
certain like yeah.
And just to be clear, there's certain things you don't understand, though. For example, like
Yikes.
it was when I moved in with Seun that I knew she liked pink things. Um, I didn't realize what I was signing up.
You didn't realize how
I didn't realize what I
How
was
how
signing up
much
for.
the love was.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
feel how
yeah.
deep.
I didn't realize. It's one thing to have a love for something. It's another thing to live it as a way of life.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she really loves pink.
yeah, she lives pink. She doesn't love pink. She
Yeah,
lives it.
she
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 lives it.
actually does.
It's actually a mantra for her. And that's okay. Um, Now I
do the people
understand.
was asking me like, oh, what do you want your husband to do about all these pink pots, plates?
He has no
Pan-
choice now.
And you know the answer. You know the answer to that question. Come on board, because tell me why one day I was making pink pap for her and she did not even ask for it. Oh,
Oh, that's so
aha.
cute.
I know, so cute,
Woman, why you
so
there? Woman, why you
cute,
there?
so cute.
It do occur like that.
Wow. So, continuing from the conversation of, like you said, Shehu leaves pink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, how are you guys able to like manage each other's like individual? Because obviously you do music, she does this.
Mm.
Like your individual,
Like
likes, dislikes.
differences,
Like, how are you able to?
preferences, yeah.
Yeah, all those things. Yeah.
I'm gonna let Sean speak to this, but there's something I want to say before I forget. Priorities.
Mm.
Picking your battles. The truth is, I think, and I mean this in the most adorable way. I think her love for Pink is a bit ridiculous.
Eh.
But does it? No, I mean it like in an endearing way. I'm like,
Yeah, I
how
know.
could you?
I
Yeah.
know.
But like, when it comes down to it, does it make a difference to me whether my spoons are pink or? silver? No.
Mm-mm.
Can they grab the food? Yes.
Yeah, they can.
And that's really what is critical to me.
Mm.
So off we go. You know, she too. She it's really a matter of picking battles. You know, it's a
Yeah.
matter of picking battles, and it's a matter of prioritizing. This thing that this person likes, doesn't make a difference to me. To align to them, do I
Yeah.
dislike it? If I don't, you know, would I like? Do I feel strongly about an alternative preference? If I don't, because the truth is, I don't care to have dark gray cutlery. I don't care to have silver cutlery. Doesn't make it
As
doesn't
long
make
as it does the job.
as long as it does. Can I use catch dodo? If I can
Catch
do that,
dodo.
I'm fine. Whatever the color of
So
the fork.
I think for me, I'm going to speak about when there's like when you both feel strongly about the
Mm.
thing. So I think it's very easy if you are not particular about it,
And
then
nobody
it's
say
very
nobody say it's easy. Well,
okay, easier.
it's easier. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
behind that.
when
I'm behind that
yes.
100%. Yeah.
So when you don't have a preference or you don't feel strongly about your preference, even
Mm-hmm.
when you have a preference, I think it's easier depending on you and the context and the like depth of the
Yeah.
situation to say, okay, no, I'm going with what my partner wants. Blah 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 blah. Now, when we both feel strongly about the thing,
Mm-hmm.
for us, I don't think we've had so many. Thankfully, I don't think we have so many of those of those situations because for me easy to say or easier to say, oh, he prefers it this way, let's go with that, or I prefer it
Mm-hmm.
and it goes with me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the odd one or two that we've had that we're both like, no, this is what we want, this no, I think we just talk it out
Mm-hmm.
and try to meet in the middle, or try to go with the one that
Talk it out.
based on the conversation, eh,
Talk it out.
talk it out now,
We will
and
now
based on
be
the
talking
conversation
and talking
and talking.
and
I'm
talking.
talking.
Yes, now you must talk now. So we'll talk, and try to reach the middle, or try to go with the one that maybe after the conversation feels like
It's the
objectively
more
makes
yeah
the
more
most
it's the more
sense
objectively reasonable choice. Yeah,
choice, and we come out of that conversation not making the other person feel like we didn't go with their option,
yeah,
so to speak,
Mm.
or their preferences were not acknowledged. Or so
Yeah.
I think that's really the benefit of talking it out, because sometimes for me, even when we don't quote and unquote go with what I want, or we don't, my preferences are not what we end up
picking.
picking, I
Yeah.
don't come out of this feeling bad. I don't come out feeling like I've just been dismissed,
Oh.
or that my option has been gone with,
We
but
don't do
on
that.
the
We don't do that in this
let's just
household.
do but then see me. I don't want trouble. I prefer
Yeah.
to talk about it, and then we reach a point where we're like, okay, we'll go with Seun's option, so to speak, or we'll go with Damala's option, or we'll accommodate Damala's preferences
Yeah,
on this occasion, or whatever. So I think talking
Wow.
it out makes the other person feel
heard.
seen, heard and seen, even when you don't end up going with what they want.
Yeah,
Chai.
and sometimes there's the possibility of some form of a middle ground. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's not something that results in like harm or like extreme dissatisfaction, even if we feel strongly about it, sometimes we could work out something of a middle ground. Maybe it's like 65% what person A wants and like 35% what person B wants,
Mm.
and then I think subconsciously there's also like an understanding that compromises will also be made down the line. So, for example,
Yeah,
the
true.
truth is
If you don't
if
make it on this occasion,
yeah, if you don't make it on this
next.
occasion, you make it on the next occasion, right? And it has happened enough times, like that it has, like the shoe has been on the other foot in terms of showing myself enough times that we know that neither of us can, in good conscience, say, "I'm always making sacrifices for you."
Wow.
If it's by that one, the two of us are just sitting on this altar together, but
What do you mean? Me,
sacrifice.
I'm always making sacrifices for
Hey,
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Since
I
they,
support you.
since they, I don't get
Thank
power.
you.
Pick your battles. Pick your
No,
battles.
but what he said is true.
Um, so what has been the biggest challenge you guys have faced as a couple? Obviously, like, is this is a public thing. You don't have to. I know you guys would definitely could, but like, you don't have to go into it a lot. But like, what has been the biggest challenge you faced as a couple, and how did you navigate it together?
I want to
We are
hear. I
navigating.
want to hear Sean's one.
We are
Hey.
currently navigating.
Okay, that means we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
We're on
So,
the same page like mad.
we are currently not in the same city. Most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
we don't work in the same city. So, the struggles around living in two different cities, not seeing each other, not living in the same house, in terms of like being physically in the same space, intimacy, and even finances,
We
because the
we
cost of traveling.
we basically went from longest distance to long distance. Let's just admit
Chai.
it.
No, but there was a in between. There was the in between where we were living
What a
together for
time that was.
what a time, and it wasn't even long. It wasn't long enough for me. It feels like it was not even
It
long
was
at
not
all.
long enough for
Objective.
me too. If not that I don't want to be a
Oh,
useless husband, I would have quit this
so
job.
it's not. It was not long. Let's just say it was not long. Let's not say long
Chai.
enough. So it wasn't long. We were together, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
But then due to trying to work and make a living and
Due to
other
trying to
short
not be a
stories.
useless
Easy.
husband. Say it.
And me for me trying to stay in the UK, because if not, I'd have packed my things
No, no,
and
no. No
say,
need for that.
no, 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 no. Let me pack my
No,
things.
no, no. You relax. You just relax. You just relax over there, okay?
Oh my god. So
Relax.
yeah, unfortunately Damola was not able to get a job in the city that we live in, or we were living in,
Mm,
and has had to move away. So it's been difficult, and I'm not happy about it. So we're still looking, so we're still navigating it currently.
mm,
Trying to see each other as often as we can, speaking on the phone, texting, keeping each other updated, which would have been easier to do if we were living in the same house.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, finances. I don't even know. I don't know if there's a way to navigate that right now, because we're paying two different rents.
Transportation in
The
two
UK.
cities because the car is with only one of us.
You
So,
understand? Like it's
like,
just crazy. And the benefit of the UK is in, staying with somebody else
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
and
maximizing the
consolidating,
benefits.
yeah.
Yeah, and saving money, but we're having to do two separate stuff.
Yeah.
And people have also said, until you actually start living together and living together for an extended period of time, you
Mm-hmm.
people will still be kind of doing like, oh, boyfriend and girlfriend that visit each other like every other week or whatever, which can be
Yeah.
good in the sense of, oh, it's keeping it quote unquote spicy, but there's nothing spicy here.
If I want
I'm so sorry.
spice, I know where they're selling Rodo.
Like, I
So,
got married to live together. I didn't get married to be
Yeah.
doing two cities. So
yeah.
please, if you are listening to this and you have job for me or job for Damola so that we'll be together, or prayers, please, we'll appreciate that.
It's been quite a challenge because there's a certain lack of smoothness to our interactions that we know, like we can draw a straight line between that and us being consistently apart. It's
Wow.
I suppose it's kind of a sneak peek into, because of the career path that I'm hoping to be able to pursue full time. It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of a sneak peek into what it could be like, but it's not close enough in terms of what the circumstances are to show what it would be like. So, for example, if I was out performing and all of those things and all those things, and I was on tour, I wouldn't be paying rent in another city, for example. Like, it would have a different impact on our finances. It would have a different impact on, like, my availability, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It would have a different impact. It would have a different impact on, like, she could take time off and come with me,
Mm.
and then we turn it into a holiday. But if she comes to my city, it's not holiday. There's nothing holiday about it. And the airline, and that's another thing. And this is just a pet peeve. Like those airline people, they know me now. They know my face. As I'm coming, my German, you don't come.
Ah.
Show me your ticket. I mean, obviously that's not actually happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you've seen the airport dog.
Yeah.
I did.
Too much.
I actually did the math. Last year I took as many flights. Like, I turned 29 last year. Last year I took as many flights as I had taken in all the years prior to last year.
Mm.
So from when I was born till 2000 till 2024 January,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I
24
had
January.
taken 26 flights. Between 2024 January and 2024 December, I had taken another
Mm-hmm.
26 flights.
In
Wow.
just 1 year. And for me, it's like when we're dating, I was flying because when we came
My
to the UK,
sister, when we
when
were dating, this girl was on the flights.
I was on the flight, so because it was not, we're not in the same city.
Bro,
Even
we're on
when he came to
opposite
the UK,
coasts. We're on opposite coasts of the UK. She was up, I was down.
Chai.
so
Too mad.
it's not been easy, but I mean, we do what we can, and now it's just pissing me off. Then there was the
Yeah.
whole
Okay, now
okay,
it's
we're not.
been pissing you off for a while.
It's been pissing me off for a while.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, we're dating, so okay. But
Yeah.
I don't think you want to also be doing long distance marriage.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, God will help us. That's the prayer.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed this episode. But we might have to conclude, and I have just one last question because you guys have said so many things, like so many profound things, and I'm very happy about. So my last question is oh my god, I'm so fine. Sorry. What are some of the most rewarding parts
Can you
of
imagine this vain babe?
Take it. Hey, own it, own it, own it. Own it.
Vain babe.
It's
Oh,
necessary.
okay.
It's necessary. Big up yourself, please.
thanks, thanks, thanks.
I'm a fan of bigging up yourself. Like Seun knows.
Of course.
Uh,
What are some of the most rewarding parts of building a life together and of being a life together, and how has it strengthened your relationship?
Mm. Damala, over to you.
over to me.
Yeah, over to
Okay, I was gonna over it to you, but
you.
alright. I think one of the most rewarding parts for me is carving out your own little corner of like reality together. And what do I mean by that? It's in the inside jokes.
Mm,
It's like 80% of it is inside jokes. I'll be honest with you. Like if you can't have inside jokes, I'm sorry, you're not gonna last. It's in the inside jokes. It's in the knowing glances. It's in the completing each other's like thought processes. It's in reaching a place of understanding when it comes to arguments like faster because you can feel yourself holding more and more space for this person's perspectives. It's in recognizing the things in yourself that are suboptimal and need to be done better in order to make that person's life easier
mm,
because you love them and also because you have seen the efforts that they make in doing that exact same thing to make your life easier. Right, so it's two things. It's honoring the love that you feel for them, and it's respecting the efforts that they put into doing the same thing for you.
mm,
Um, so it's in carving. So when people say that's my person, that's what I think it means. It
mm,
means like the human experience, this aspect of the human experience in the sense of these specific experience, these specific jokes, this specific connection, these specific dreams and hopes and and joys are exclusive to myself and this person, as we said on the altar, forsaking all others. Like nobody can, like everybody else is outside the club,
Yeah.
right? And it understanding that, being aware of that creates a sense of gratitude for the opportunity to experience that in the first place. And it also then creates a sense of confidence, in that you know that no matter how scared or insecure or ras or overly like jokey
Don't
or
mind, it's the one that is Raz.
Hey.
yeah, no, I mean ras. I actually mean ras, even myself. Overly jokey or overly serious, or like no matter how much of how too much or too little some people in the world may think you are,
Mm-hmm.
like this person thinks you're just right. And
Hmm.
there's a confidence in that. There's a confidence boost that it gives you, because when you're prioritizing people in the world, it's like when when you're setting your order of priorities, after God is this person, and if God says you're fine and this person says you're fine, hey, you're cool, piece off, quite frankly. Me really invite anybody. Then yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's yeah, I think gratitude and confidence, they should definitely
Mm.
go up for sure.
I see why you
Okay, that's
write
what I
love
thought.
songs, but no problem. Seun,
He gets for
I
body.
said, ah, hey, I was just here blushing.
Hey.
She was already used to it, so she was just like, and me, I'm just here blushing. I see why you write love songs. Seun,
What's the last part of the question? Rewarding part
how,
of
yeah,
building a life
rewarding part
together.
of building
And how
a
does
life
it impact your
together.
relationship?
Yeah.
For me, I think the most rewarding part is the companionship. Even though it's not companionship pro max the way I want it to be, because we're not living together just now, like most
Yeah.
of the
Mm-hmm.
time. But there's still, like, you have that go-to person that you can talk about anything. Somebody's stressing you, something good happened. That's the first person you
Mm-hmm.
want to share it with. I
Yeah.
think it's amazing that you have that go-to person and you don't feel alone in the world at any time. And I mean, it's great because even though you have friends, family members, this is like your main person,
Mm.
and you have a companion for life. I think that's great. And how it has impacted our relationship is just knowing that this is amazing. You need to continue to water this relationship and be a companion for your companion. um is like just doing what you can to make sure that you are there for your partner, and you know appreciate when your partner is there for you. I think that's the main way. Thinking about companionship and being, like Damola said, grateful for it has
Mm-hmm.
impacted how I treat the relationship,
Yeah.
how I look at him, how I try to be there for him, and all of that, because I know that he'll be there for me too, and he's always there for me too. So yeah, I think that
Gratitude is a powerful thing.
it
Mm.
It
is.
is.
Hmm. I've been tensions today. I don't even know
It's
what to
a
say again.
retention.
But thank you guys so much for saying yes, even if you didn't know what this episode was about. Ugh. Oh.
No worries.
But
Please
I'm
take all
Oh,
this with a pinch of salt. Our
oh
legal
my
disclaimer.
god.
Take all of
yes,
this
we
with a
have to
pinch
add
of
it. I
salt. We
just be
just
like,
got here, please.
Ababa, what's that thing? But
We just
whatever
got
though.
here.
There's what's that something though? But anything you want to do though.
Oh, like, but I don't know. Like, I
But
don't
I
know.
don't
Like,
know.
anyhow you want to do it though, it's okay. Like, I don't
It's
know,
okay.
Sha.
Oh. I don't know, Sha.
Oh my god.
We have to sprinkle. I don't know, Sha.
We don't know,
All
Sha.
right.
Oh. Like, we're just
All
We
doing
right.
don't
what
know.
we can do, Sha. Oh. Make person,
Oh my god.
make person no
Thank you
go
guys
do.
so much.
Make person no go do gratitude. You said knock wall, I beg, I
Ah,
beg.
Abiu. But thank you guys
Look, we
so
like
much
pardon.
for,
Is that gratitude?
yeah,
Thank
it's
you. Thank
gratitude.
you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah, it is.
Thank
It
you for
is.
having us.
All right, guys. Any last words? Okay, sorry. You guys have said they should take this with a pinch of salt. Okay. Any
Yes.
other thing? I think we're
Um,
done.
fr fried rice. Yeah. Whenever anybody asks me any last words, I've committed to just using random last words. You didn't.
Fried
You
rice.
didn't ask. You didn't ask me any last comments for the listeners, for the audience. You said any last words. So I've given
Okay.
you two last words.
No, but
Fried
you guys
rice.
have already said that you people just got here now.
No, no, no. My official last words are fried rice.
It's fried rice. Okay,
Yeah.
Shane, what was your own last word?
My own last word is I do makeup and book me.
Ah, also my mistake. Please stream my music. I'm
Oh,
talking about
they
fried
talk
rice. Stream
fried
my
rice.
music. My listener may be on your TL, please. I sing songs. Ah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.